At Formlabs, we create tools that help people bring their ideas to life. This is why we've developed the Form 1 Plus, the first high-resolution 3D printer designed to fit right on your desktop. You'll begin with Preform, software that prepares your model for printing. Then, choose from our library of resins, engineered for a range of functions from prototyping to investment casting. To start your print, simply push the button. Watch as a high-powered laser transforms liquid resin into a solid object. Once the print is complete, use our finish kit to rinse and remove the support structures. The process is simple, the results professional. At Formlabs, we create tools for people who create the future.
Do you use an Android phone? Well, Firefox is about to rock your World Wide Web. All the good stuff you love about Firefox on your desktop is now available when you're on the go. Now you have an alternative to your phone's basic browser that's faster, smarter, and safer, with helpful features that make typing and navigating quick and easy, so you can get where you're going at warp speed. Firefox is made by people who put principles ahead of profits. We believe your data belongs to you, so we provide tools that let you protect your personal information, rather than collect and sell it the way others do. Now you're free to go wherever you want, secure in the knowledge that Firefox is there by your side.
For a vehicle to drive itself, it needs to know where it is in the world, and it also needs to know what's around it. Based on these factors, it needs to be able to make smart and safe driving decisions in the real world. And once you get in the car, you start to get a real feel for the way the technology works and what it's like in real driving situations. So there are a few things that have to happen before the car can safely drive itself. First, it has to figure out its location in the world. So we use GPS, but GPS isn't always that accurate, which is why we rely on our other sensors like the laser, which picks up on details in the environment that help us identify a more precise location. So think of the sensors as the car's eyes and ears, but with eyes that can see far off into the distance and 360 degrees around the car. And the great thing about having all these sensors is that they can talk to each other and get cross-checked information about the environment. So while we take in a ton of information using our sensors, it's our software that really processes all of this and differentiates between objects. All these objects are visible on the laptop that the safety drivers use while testing the vehicles. Based on what the vehicle senses and processes, these objects will be represented by different colored boxes. Cyclists will be red, pedestrians yellow, and the vehicles will appear as either green or pink. These boxes demonstrate the processing that takes place within the software. And think about the complexity here. People look different, cars have different shapes and sizes, yet despite these nuances, the software needs to classify these objects appropriately based on factors like their shape, movement pattern, or location. For example, if there's a cyclist in the bike lane, the vehicle understands that this is a cyclist, not another object like a car or a pedestrian, so the cyclist appears as a red box on the safety driver's laptop. And the software can also detect the cyclist's hand signal and yield to them appropriately. When our engineers think about where the car should drive and how, safety is always the top priority. So the vehicle takes into account many things like how close it is to other objects or matching speed with traffic or anticipating other cars cutting in. For example, as a passenger, it can feel a little uncomfortable passing by a large vehicle on the road. Our engineers have taught the software to detect the large vehicles, and the laptop shows them as larger boxes on the screen. As our vehicle passes by a large truck, it will actually keep to the farther side of the lane and give ourselves a little bit more space. We've also taught the vehicle to recognize and navigate through construction zones. The vehicle sensors can spot the orange signs and cones early to alert the car of any lane blockage ahead, and then we can change lanes safely. Another thing that's really important is for the vehicle to drive in a naturalistic way, because when it's natural and the car abides by social norms on the road, it's also safer. For example, at four-way stops, people typically rely on eye contact to communicate whose turn it is. And in our case, the vehicle inches forward into the intersection to indicate its intent. So my role as a safety driver is first and foremost to keep the car, myself, and everyone around me safe. And in addition to keeping the car safe, I also provide detailed feedback to developers and let them know the car does anything that maybe I wouldn't have done personally. Maybe the car wasn't assertive enough in a lane change or wasn't fast enough at a green light. We provide the detailed feedback so they can fine-tune the whole driving experience. By getting out there and driving in the real world, we're getting a better understanding of what exactly it's going to take to improve the safety and comfort and ease of transportation. And that's really what our project's all about.
Every business in the world has problems to solve. You don't have to look for those.
Are there more efficiencies to be gained? Is there a better way to do this process? And when the needs of the customers are rising in complexity, you're being attacked from both sides.
Innovation is critical to healthcare. We have a tremendous opportunity to make it better for our patients. And solutions like glass help us do that.
Throughout the process of developing Glass Enterprise Edition 2, we spent a lot of time listening. We worked with our partners and with our customers to figure out what they wanted. Glass is a hands-free device for smarter and faster hands-on work. It provides the information that an employee needs in the periphery of their line of sight. So it doesn't come in the way of their actual work environment.
Glass has made ICO a safer company because you have two hands to do your job, whether they're climbing on and off units or trying to do something in the field.
What has become commonplace is physicians spending more time staring at the computer screen than spending time face-to-face with patients. With Glass, what we started seeing is patients saying to us, my doctor is spending more time with me.
Glass has allowed for a lot of unique ways to collaborate that haven't been possible before. The biggest is immediately getting expert advice from somebody who might be around the world.
Being able to provide what they're seeing at their perspective helps do a very, very expedited triage to help bring our customer back online sooner.
We've been using Glass in production since about 2016. We had about a 30% reduction in processing time, and we had a 50% reduction in training time. And that one was just monumental. We weren't even looking for that when we did it.
A typical doctor spends about 2 hours per day writing notes about the visits that they conducted. And because I have Glass typing that up for me in real time, I am not worrying about going back 4 hours later, trying to remember all the details of the visits. It'll help us be better doctors.
Whether it be manufacturing or field service or healthcare, they're all doing things with their hands. And by looking across all these different industries, we're able to find the unique things that we can provide value for.
Glass is a tool that is as simple as it is powerful. That's incredibly helpful. We underestimated the impact that that would have.
It's a tool that doesn't replace people. It allows people to be smarter, faster, better at what they're actually doing as a job.